Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Form of Therapy. My name is PD, and today on the Culture Study, I'm going to be reacting to Are You Alive, aka Gale by tripleS. That's tripleS Prime, tripleS Proper, the full group for Assemble 25, which I'm so excited for because their last big group promotion, Visionary Vision, was incredible. I mean, Hit the Floor was such an amazing title track, but that entire album is one of my favorite albums of last year. That entire album is just, every song on that album is just so magical. And so I have a lot of expectations going into Assemble 25. Now, to talk about the title a little bit, Gale in Korean does not necessarily mean are you alive? In fact, I would say it's something closer to wake up. If I were to give an English translation title to the song, it would be more so something like Awaken. Just a little, just a little FYI. With that in mind, I'm going to be checking out a slew of things for tripleS's Are You Alive Assemble 25 promotions. Definitely going to do a listening party for Assemble 25. I'm going to check out whatever like promotions, live stages, its live performances, and such all on my Patreon. So if you want to check that out with me, consider joining. Link is in the description below. Of course, you don't have to support us monetarily. Let's get into the music video. This is Are You Alive, aka Gale by tripleS. Let's go.
Are you alive?
Yuban. Of course. Can't not have the iconic La La La. Ooh. Whoa. Unexpectedly groovy. Okay. Wow, those are really cool dolly shots. What is this reference of this dandelion? Wow. This is kind of like an ominous or haunting scene. I love this. Oh. Oh. Wow. Wow. I guess my biggest question coming out of that is what is the dandelion sim- symbolic of? Because largely they are blowing the dandelion. Or there's one particularly striking shot where someone sets it on fire. But there is a clear turning point where at the end, Soyeon consumes the dandelion instead of just blowing it away. That's the thing that perplexes me the most. Maybe a second watch through might clear it up. But let's see. You know what I love about tripleS, very specifically tripleS proper, the main group's themes. It is always some level of portraying a song that I think really gets to the root of this is girl group music, but doing it in the most raw and authentic way possible. You had Rising, which felt much more anthemic. It felt like you were building upon something, which is a great first kind of like debut theme. Then you had Girls Never Die, which was extremely cool. And Gale, Are You Alive is a little darker. They hit on slightly somber notes, slightly depressing notes, both lyrically, like thematically in the song and in the music video. Kind of similarly to the shot of Yuyeon sinking down in the water. There's the shot of like Yubin kind of like trying to drown herself and then head in saving her. But the song and the lyrics are very interesting. It's largely about a feeling, and I empathize and I relate to it a lot because it is kind of something that I went through several months ago. But it's a song that is about detachment and this sense of listlessness, lacking a sort of purpose in your life. And I think that's where the title Are You Alive comes from. It's like, are you really even living? And the song is largely a call to action of telling you to basically awaken, Gale, wake up. I either like a literal, hey, wake the hell up, or awaken your senses to find some kind of purpose in life. But at the same time, there's also, I think, like a direct answer and something a little bit deeper in that they talk about running out of breath. They talk about like the sparkling world, or they talk about their dreams. And there are like these various different imagery of especially like the whole group all kind of like piled on top of one another and all sleeping together, right? It's a song, I think, that is, I don't want to say like it's anti dreams, anti following your dreams, but I believe there's a specific line we can like kind of like double check and clarify on the second watch through, where it's something along the lines of, you know, they're chasing their dreams, they're going higher, but they're also running out of breath. Two, there's something about like the higher the dreams they chase, like the greater the sense of despair that they have. And the idea of basically wake up and look around you. Everything you ever needed is already here. Is like kind of it's a very grounding song, kind of like pulling you down to earth, because you know, a lot of people have dreams and a lot of people have their head in the clouds, and sometimes you live your life kind of grinding, hustling, and chasing your dreams and you're not making any headway, and it's making you maybe like become detached and making you feel miserable, and the song is telling you to wake up and look around you because everything you need is right here. It's I think that's what they're going for. It's a rather deep song. I will say the song, it's not as good. It's not as good as Girls Never Die. Listen, I'm not talking smack. I love tripleS. I will totally support them, but I think the La 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 hook was a little overplayed here. I love that it's a bit, and I love that it's a recurring bit for tripleS. But I think it being the main hook for the song and how much they use it, a little overboard. It's a little overboard. And I don't think that I think the impact is a lot deeper here than Girls Never Die. But I don't think it has the same infectious hook and has the same pop chords that I really liked in Girls Never Die. Like, this is a little bit more haunting, and it's also reflected in the music video as well, which the music video also, I don't know. I really like it. Objectively, I really like the music video, but I can't help but draw comparisons to Girls Never Die, which kind of think that music video was a little too perfect. And so I really like the music video, but do I like the music video as much as Girls Never Die? No, I don't think so. I think they do some really cool things, and I do want to talk about that. And there are some really cool moments. But I do feel like the first half of the video is not as gripping as the second half of the video. I feel like the second half of the video is really cool, but I feel like the first half of the video is largely a lot of B-roll. And I don't think it's cut and executed in a way that really holds my interest. But still, I really like the music video. Let's go ahead and watch it again.
Are you alive?
So the opening is really strong. Like from starting that handheld shot with Kong Yoo-bin, and then going into the water, and then doing the bunch of match cuts with like the various different members' faces, all very enticing, all very cool. The shot of Nagyong, just like intensely, she's got her fingers, like positioned like a gun to her head. I also appreciate that the fact that they're willing to touch basically on depression and self-harm, but not do it in an exploitive way and an overdone and kind of gross way. It feels, I think, because of the content of the song and the theme and the message of the song, it all just kind of like ties in together. But I really respect them for touching that genre. But the opening, really strong. And then starting from the shot of like Sumin and the others in like that restaurant, that's where like it becomes like when we get to like the B-roll of like all the friends playing together, it becomes a little bit directionless for me. This is a really cool dolly shot. I love that shot, and this is such a striking shot. I really like that as well. That was really cool. I think well, first, yeah, so the shot of Shinmi in that POV as she grabs the camera, pushes away, that's really cool. I think one of the things that really makes me compare this a lot to Girls Never Die is color scheme. There's not a strong color scheme here. Mind you, that could be intentional again with the just context of the song. The song is it's a very cold song, and or thematically it's very cold and it's depressing. But I felt like Girls Never Die had a really, especially with the way that it was color graded, it felt like it had a really strong color scheme. Even though that they're wearing all black, and technically like they, are wearing black in some scenes here with like their school uniforms, I felt like the black had such a much more bolder and stronger presence in the music video for Girls Never Die. And also just like the green dresses that they were wearing against the dirt. Here, it's all kind of just like all like a very desaturated one tone, like cold palette throughout the video.
날 닮은 것 같아. 너무 즐거웠을 뻔도 그저 넌 내 색조차 안 왔네. 우리 그냥 도망치자. 아무도나 찾지 못하게. 더 짙어봐 흰 꿈으로 초란 날도 숨겨. Sweet 광고 속 화려한 저 세상을 향해.
Feels like Soyeon's part, that second part, when the second verse starts, there's a sort of relatability. I see myself in you. Let's run away into our dreams, into the thicket of the forest. This sounds like, so the first section of the song, the first verse sounds like them realizing they're running out of breath, they're getting tired. And the second seems to be a sense of denial, sort of like wanting to run away. Like it says, hiding my small self, kind of like sheltering themselves and kind of like not even like breaking out of the pattern, which when it comes to depression and those kind of cycles, it can be a cycle. And I feel like this second verse is a lot darker. I feel like visually they could have added stuff that enhanced that element, but like shots like that. This is so cool. Oh my gosh. It feels so ritualistic. Everyone around the bonfire dancing is so cool. That is such a great edit. That's such a great. I love a music video that always includes like an actual vocal edit where just a moment from the music video will interrupt the song. Yuyeon's was fantastic. I can't remember how the third act of this music video goes, but it does make me wonder. Why not save the bonfire scene for the third act? I think it would have been such a great grand finale. We'll see, because I don't remember what the third act was, but in general, like starting from that Yuyeon edit, like shots like this, like these kind of shots, I wish they would have included more of, and like the first and second verse. I think that would have been better at like holding one's attention, but this entire section is just done so well, from the oscillating shot, from the lower to the high angle with the leaves blowing in the background. Oh, so good. Now here, I also really like the scene here because also I don't know who this is, like right here, but there's a color scheme here. and the color scheme is blue, which against like this very neutral background, it pops a lot. And it seems like such a turning point for the video, which the video has largely been like very neutral colors, like gray tone colors. The only other sense of like color injected into the video is like the sickly green tone that you randomly see throughout the video, which green typically gives a sense of anxiety and worry in color grading. And so it's something that's used a lot in horror movies and kind of like creepier content. And so I think that's why they did that. And that's why the first half of the music video feels a little bit more kind of like darker and worrisome because of it. But here, I don't know, maybe, I was complaining about the color earlier, but maybe they're injecting color here on purpose because it's such a turning point. That's such a great shot. That's such a great shot. Oh. Oh. And the buildup in the entire song, the bridge is so good. Oh my God. Just, oh. Yumin's also wearing blue here. My world's the sunlight of my dreams. So rather than like the answer of being one's dreams, like they're saying like, don't worry, that's all a nightmare. My world, the world that I live in, that is my sunlight. That's the answer. You finally realize all the happiness was on the ground the entire time. I really appreciate, this is such an interesting use of all these so many members. I really appreciate all of the lined up dance shots. Like these like the long line. I was gonna say parallel, but no, it's just one long line. These long line dance formations. That's a really interesting twist on how to shoot their dance. Running towards a bigger dream and falling into a bigger despair. Sinking deeper and deeper. When I wake up tomorrow. I really appreciate the shot of like all the dirty shoes right here. Like this is it's such a whether it's the makeup of like them being all like cut and bruised up or again, I have no idea what the dandelion is symbolic of. But the shots of like these dirty shoes, like all like showing like they've all lived really hard. Like they've all worked really hard. They've run really hard. They've come really far. And showcasing like the bruises combined with this, like showing like how them chasing their dreams has really brought them so much despair, as they say. These last set of shots. This is interesting. The dry capture of the dandelion. What is she zooming on that she's taking a photo of? Just like the empty sky. And then she eats the dandelion. I wish it was a bit more clear. I can't figure it out necessarily. And I do think, I guess the color scheme is very subtly for this music video blue, which is an ambitious move because a lot of these scenes, it's color graded to be very cold. So having blue as a color scheme is that's a choice. I'm not agreeing with it or disagreeing with it. I'm like, okay, that's a choice. I didn't pick up on the color scheme on the first watch through, but I noticed here at the end, Seon has like this little blue ring, and just like there's a lot of little elements of blue. Maybe even their school outfits are like a deep navy blue, but yeah, I would say, Are You Alive, Gail? I would give it like a solid 8. I still don't fully understand certain elements of the music video. So that is something I'm going to either leave up to you guys in the comments to let me know if you know, or I'll just investigate on my own. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. That was really good. As always, I'm really impressed by tripleS's. It's, their music is always really good, which is great. I think I focus more on the music side of things and like the hooks and stuff like that when it comes to like their subunits. But what I just love about tripleS's main group, the full group, is that thematically it's always about kind of like these very real human feminist standards. And it's pure girl group music, but done in unconventional ways. And this time around, we're tackling depression. We're tackling listlessness. We're tackling kind of like the zombified state of the way a lot of people live when they lack purpose, or people who are ambitiously in grind culture and work themselves to death and kind of lose their sense of purpose and run out of breath as they're chasing their dreams. I love that. It's such a very different approach to K-pop music and the content and the idea of K-pop music. And so on that regard, once again, I'm just floored and blown away by Modhouse's approach for their concept, as it were. With that in mind, I'm going to pass the question off to you guys. What did you think of Are You Alive, aka Gail by tripleS? I said my piece. Like I said, I think Girls Never Die is gonna reign supreme, maybe for a while. I don't know. It's just it was too epic. But I would love to hear your thoughts. Do you guys like this more than Rising and Girls Never Die, or do you guys prefer some of the others? Let me know what your favorite songs are on Assemble 25. I'm going to check out Assemble 25 real soon. If you want to check out my listening party for Assemble 25, any of my reactions for their promotions for Are You Alive this time around, I'm going to be checking all that out on my Patreon. You can join in the link below, patreon.com/formatherapy. You don't have to support monetarily. You can always hit the like button down below. Subscribe over here. I have a button for you. You can check out my other videos over here. And that's going to be it for me. I'm going to wrap up this video here. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you guys next time.